Hi guys, it's Lisa. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I created this beautiful canvas drip wall art with metallic gold foil. If you're interested in creating something like this for your home, keep on watching. So I'm starting this project outside because it is very messy. I'm going to be using 4 different shades of pinks and purples to create a beautiful gradient effect. I'm spraying down my canvas with water to help that paint move down, and I am applying the paint to the very top of the canvas so that it creates a dripped effect. I am applying a good amount of paint to the very top and spraying that paint down with my bottle full of water so that it drips all the way down to the bottom of the canvas. Right now I'm just getting all of the different colors spread throughout the top of the canvas so that it blends nicely. And then I'll be heavily spraying the canvas with water so that it travels down the canvas. This project does require a lot of water, so make sure you're in an area that can accommodate a mess. So I'll just be repeating the steps of applying a generous amount of paint to the very top of the canvas and then spraying that paint in a downward motion with water so that it continues to travel down and blend throughout the canvas. As you can see, the more water you use, the more paint will travel down and the more it will blend and create really pretty colors. This project also was very relaxing for me. Using the water and the paint and those repetitive motions can be pretty satisfying. So if you need a stress reliever, this can help with that as well. Do not be afraid to use a lot of water. That's what's going to help your project really come out beautiful. At this point, I was just going to town with the spray bottle, making sure that paint really traveled down. As you can see on the canvas on the right, that paint really started to travel down the middle of the canvas, and that is exactly what you want. Don't be afraid to use the spray bottle towards the middle and the bottom of the canvas to help spread the paint around. If you see any white spots or paint that hasn't traveled to the canvas, bring the spray bottle down to help it travel all the way down and cover any spots that weren't covered. So right now I am just repeating that process, adding more paint to the top to create another layer of drip effect. So at this point, I decided to try to add a bit of metallic gold paint to each canvas. And I'm doing that same process of taking a paintbrush and applying it to the top of the canvas to create a drip effect. You can't tell from the video, but this particular paint, metallic paint, did not travel well. So I'll be trying a few different ways to help that travel down my canvas. So right here I am trying to create a splatter effect on the canvas since the gold wasn't moving very far down even with spraying it. As you can see, I'm trying to spray the gold paint and it's just not moving like the pinks and purples did. I have to say I was not very happy with the splatters that I made, so I tried to also take the full paint bottle and just squirt it along the top of the canvas to create a drip effect, and that also was not really translating how I envisioned. So this is how it came out after I did the splatters, and I really was not a fan of the shade of gold and the way that it looked on the canvas. So I ordered a gold foil kit from Amazon that I will link down below, and I decided to cover that gold paint with gold foil. So right now what I'm doing is applying the glue that comes in the kit, the adhesive. You just want to apply to your canvas in the desired spots. Let that dry and get nice and tacky, and then you can come back with the gold foil to apply and cover the tacky glue. What I decided to do was just completely cover all of the gold paint with the gold foil, and then also freehand a few drip effects as well so that it looks like it's dripping just like the paint. So as you can see here, I'm covering up that gold paint and trying to make it look like it really is dripping down the canvas, and I'm going to continue that all the way down, even on the splatters, because those were honestly the spots that I disliked the most. And I'm going to really cover those up well and hope that it fixes the problem. So this glue adhesive is a pretty clear substance. It has a bit of a white milky tone to it, but you really have to just freehand where you want it to go. I would suggest not to use the gold paint and just skip straight to this part once your colored paint dries, so that you can create those drip effects exactly where you want them and not trying to cover up a mistake like I did. I have to be honest, I was not quite sure how this was going to turn out, but I was determined to make this a happy accident because I really loved how the paintings looked without the gold splatters, and I just wanted to try my best to have it come out right. So I'm just going to keep applying that adhesive glue to the canvas and covering up each gold paint spot. And then once that becomes dry and tacky on each canvas, I'm going to come back with the gold foil and show you guys how it is applied. So now that my glue has dried a bit and is tacky, I'm using the gold foil that comes in the kit in sheets, and I'm going to just be laying that foil on top of the glue and brushing it on so that it sticks to the canvas. This was a bit of a learning curve. I did realize that I really just needed to apply it flat on the glue and then brush away the excess. So that's what I'll be doing. I'll be trying to recycle as much of the foil as I can by using the pieces that are broken off already and just brushing away the excess. And this was a pretty easy process as well, and also very satisfying. But I will say it's pretty messy because you'll have a lot of gold flakes flying around like dust. So make sure that you're in an area that can accommodate that. Even though the adhesive is a little dry, I can see where it is. I can't see exactly each spot, so I'm just laying it in the area where the gold paint is because I know that's where I applied the adhesive, and just brushing away what does not stick and using that excess on another spot. So I'll just be continuing to apply the gold foil to the adhesive and brushing away what's left. I did notice that I liked the spots where I used the excess because it was a bit crumpled up and it made it look a bit more antique and old, and I kind of like that effect instead of the smooth gold. As you can see here, I'm just trying to clean up the edges and make sure I covered all of the adhesive. And this is how it turned out. I really love how the gold foil looked in place of that gold metallic paint. I just felt it was a little too green and wasn't the shade of gold I was going for. But this metallic gold foil was perfect and looks great against the shades of pinks and purples that I chose. So I'm really happy with how it turned out. I hope that you guys love this DIY project. I saved so much money in doing this myself instead of going out and buying something from the stores. And I hope that you also try this in your home as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.